meeting is to 1, elect 1 warden for a 2-year term, 2, elect 3 vestry persons, each for a term of 3 years, 3, receive annual reports of the rector, wardens, treasurer, altar guild, buildings and grounds, fellowship, music, outreach, pastoral care, vital signs, and fundraising. Qualifications to vote are you must be 18 years of age, belonging to St. Luke's Episcopal Church, Camillus, New York, with registry of baptism on record at St. Luke's, financially support the ministry of St. Luke's, and having been in regular attendance at least 12 months prior to February 14th, 2021. These qualifications are in accordance with the laws of the Episcopal Church, the Diocese of Central New York, and the canons of St. Luke's Church.
All right, thank you, Allison. So what I want to do first is I have a video I want to try to show. So we're going to do that, and then we'll talk about the election, and then we'll talk about the go through the reports. All right, so I tested this, so hopefully it will work. Share sound. Hold on, I'm having technical difficulties. Give me a second here. There we go.
There we go.
Almost got it.
Come my way, my truth, my life, such a way as gives us breath, such a truth as ends all strife, such a life as giveth death. Come, my light, my peace, my strength, such a light as shows a feast,
There we go. Hold on. All right. Now I've got all the sound buttons working again. Okay, so for our election, we're electing a warden for a 2-year term and 3 vestry persons for a 3-year term. For warden, our slate has Eileen Robertson for a 2nd term. And for vestry persons, we have Milt Stevenson for a 1st term of 3 years, and Jack Young and Sherry Brescia for a 2nd term of 3 years. So what I want to do now is there anybody else who would like to nominate someone for vestry or warden, other than those names that we've already presented? So speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, I don't see anything. So if someone would like to make a motion to approve the slate by acclamation, that will be acceptable.
I move that the slate be accepted by acclamation.
All right, so Kathleen moves that. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. I saw Bambi's hand, so we'll give it to Bambi. So all in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
Aye.
All right, that looks like it's mostly unanimous.
Normally
So
you have me on the slate too. I know it's like a given that I always seem to do it year after year, but I think I'm supposed to be on the slate.
I believe you are nominated and appointed by the vestry according to our constitution.
Oh, okay, because all my minutes, I'm always on here from the nominating committee, but that's okay.
Okay.
We won't let you go anywhere,
Do
Allison.
you not want to do it
can't go
anymore,
anywhere.
Allison?
Already approved.
I'll
We're
just-
stuck.
And
Till
Sherry
next
will
year.
continue as our treasurer.
Yeah,
So,
both of those were the other stuff before, so sorry to interrupt, but I
oh
thought,
no, not at all. That's your job, right?
Mhm.
All right. So what I want to do now is we're going to turn it over to Sherry to she'll give us the update on the finance committee and then the treasurer's report.
Okay. All right, I'm going to kind of do a combined presentation here. First, wrapping up last year, we were anticipating for 2020 about a $10,000 deficit. Well, that was actually $14,000 at the end of the year, but Paycheck Protection Loan, which helped mitigate some of our revenue losses. The areas that we saw losses in were mainly just decreased pledges, decreased fundraising, and then the daycare center, was affected too and just couldn't keep up with the rent. But, considering everything that we went through, that really wasn't too bad. All right, now, this coming year, 2021, we have some changes that we had to make. We had to decrease pledges down to 130,000. We had some people that just, weren't able to pledge for this year, and that's what we have to do.
Sherry,
Yes.
if you can pop a pledge card, I've searched high and low in the house. I never set mine in.
Okay.
I mean,
Jen-
it's not going to help that much, but I've already started paying. But
Okay, I'll have Sarah send you one, Kathleen.
okay, thanks.
Sure. We're hopeful for fundraising efforts this year. We're budgeting $3,000 for fundraising revenue in hopes that, the restrictions will start relaxing and we can actually get together again, which would be lovely. But even if we can't, we're going to do 4 online events in the event that we can't get together. So that's what we will do. Let's see, those are really the highlights of the budgets. A couple little adjustments here and there. Right now, we're looking at a possible deficit of about $25,000 for 2021. However, I have just applied for another round of Paycheck Protection funds. If we are approved for that, and I think a lot of people are applying because it's very slow right now and waiting for an answer, but if we are approved for that, that will mitigate that loss by at least 2/3. So fingers crossed on that. And let's see here. Capital campaign contributions during 2020, by the way, continued even in spite of our difficult circumstances. So thank you to everybody that was able to continue those. Let's see, that is really, in our audit for 2019, the 2019 audit should have been done in October of 2020. But of course, with all the limitations, we were unable to get that done. However, that has recently been finished. So I submitted that to the diocese. Well, that's really about it. You know, fingers crossed, like I said, on the Paycheck Protection Loan, that will certainly help our cause. And does anyone have any questions or concerns?
Sherry,
Yes.
Kathleen. So were we able to make our diocesan pledge for 2020?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, our assessment didn't change too much, which is good. And so, yes, we were able to keep that going. Yep.
What's the outlook for the daycare center income this year?
We're budgeting 29,525, which is normal rent. So that may change. We don't know, but we're hopeful.
How much did we lose on them last year?
I don't have last year's figures in front of me. I'm sorry.
About half.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a significant loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgave them a couple of months and they had partial payments for some other months. You know, it's not as many clients. I do know they are applying also for a PPP loan.
Good.
And if they get that, most of it will go to paying some of the rent. So hopefully it will be recovered.
One thing I did want to point out with the PPP loan, this time around, they're looking for a 25% reduction in revenue in at least one quarter of 2020 as compared to 2019. Well, we have met that, and I would expect the daycare probably has as well.
Now, these loans, how are they have to be paid back?
They don't.
Oh,
As
so
long-
it's
as
a
long-
grant. It's a grant now.
Well, they call it a loan, but then they turn around and forgive it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's basically we're applying for grants, but they're calling it a loan with
Correct.
forgiveness. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. And, you know, one thing I did want to point out, by the way, because this has popped up just after the first of the year. For those of you that use online giving, when you go to the screen, you can, you know, click the icon on St. Luke's website or whatever you do. When you put your name in, then next to it is a drop-down section. It's a line, and there's a drop-down menu. It comes up automatically as capital campaign because it's listed alphabetically. But when you hit the drop-down arrow, you can choose pledges. So all the funds are listed alphabetically. I can't change that. We tried. What we had was a lot of people that accidentally showed as giving capital campaign when they were actually paying their pledges. So if you're paying online, make sure to use that drop-down menu and choose the right fund.
All right.
You might want to put that in the vital signs too. I haven't,
Okay.
I mean, I only, because it's really hard for me to see, I only cursory skim it, but I haven't seen that in there.
Okay. Okay.
Because,
So-
you know, if there's nobody
Good
out
idea.
there, if there are people not online today.
And for those of you that might have goofed up a little bit, I can correct it. So let me know if you think your record needs correcting. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we can make some changes, but we can't like edit your gift.
Mhm. Right.
We can edit some of the data around it, but not
Correct.
the actual gift itself.
Correct.
All right. Are there any other questions? Yeah, everybody should have received a copy of the reports in an email. We'll put it on the website as well. And that has all of this information in detail. All right. So I think we have to, am I right, Allison? We have to accept the financial report?
She's
that true?
muted, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I moved that the financial report for 2020 be accepted as
Presented.
presented.
All right.
Seconded.
Thank you, Mary. And Kathleen second. So all in favor of accepting our financial report? Aye. All right. Any nays? All right. So yeah, do pray. We I will say this in my position as the chair of our diocesan board, we are hardly the only parish who has seen a decline in revenue over the year. Everybody has across the board. We're actually doing better than many other parishes. We are actually, by budget, the 16th largest parish in the diocese, which kind of surprised me, to be honest.
Wow.
There are 85 of them.
Oh.
So we're actually weathering the storm pretty good, but like us, many churches lost streams of revenue, especially from building rentals. So
I know what I forgot to ask. Were we dipping to any of the endowment or anything like that?
No,
Not the
Nope.
principal, no.
no need.
Okay.
So the diocese did forgive 2 months worth of diocesan assessment. That was offered to all parishes. We did take advantage of that, so that was helpful.
Mhm.
And I'm hopeful that we can, get things back on track. But overall, our level of giving has been really good. So I think we can get through this without too much pain.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. So next is we'll just have our reports. So I want to invite Bob first, if he has anything he would like to share as one of our wardens.
Not really. Everything's in the report. So you can just read what Eileen and I put together. Mostly Eileen. I don't want to take credit for her work.
Eileen, do you have anything you want to talk about on outreach as well? Is Eileen here?
I don't think she's here.
All right.
Yeah, she's here. She's just got to be unmuted.
Yes, too many screens to keep track of. You got to unmute, Eileen. There we go.
Okay, there we go. We went along as good. We started out the year as usual with our Lenten collection, but of course, due to COVID restrictions, the collections were very reduced from previous years. And we still did our mint and tree, and we did the Thanksgiving food drive. St. Charles is very appreciative of the efforts we put out. And we've made some financial contributions to them because it's so hard to collect the food and transport it. Hopefully 2021 will start to return more like normal. And in the fall, we could do our bacon treasure sale. At the rate things are looking now, I don't think it's going to be spring. So that's where we are.
All right. Thank you.
Are we
Eileen.
doing anything for Lent as far as collecting, or even are we doing any kind of money? Because I know you do the toiletries.
I'm glad you asked because we will have the cart out on Wednesday for both services. If anyone wants to bring in donations, either Eileen or I will drop them off.
No, I mean as far as like we do the toiletries usually during Lent. Or do
Nothing
you
to
want?
now, it's been planned.
Or we could do small donations so that we can purchase those, because I'm sure, the Samaritan Center could probably still use that stuff. So like if you contribute $10, that gets you, 10 items.
I missed a lot of that, Kathleen, because we still work on DSL out here in Marcellus. So
You're what? I didn't hear.
Machine decided to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My
What I was
machine
asking
dropped it.
about is, are we going to do anything about the collection of toiletries for Lent for the Samaritan? And if not, are we opting to do something like if you donate $10, the outreach committee can buy 10 items because you can they're usually dollar toiletries.
Right. It's usually sample sizes, and I have been in the stores, and a lot of that stuff is just not available. So we can do a monetary contribution, but I think it would be, we would just cut a check to the Samaritan Center and let them use it the best way they can, because it's a fault
what I was going to say too is I
accumulate
can
a
pick
lot
up
of stuff.
I can pick up stuff too, because Target does have a pretty good supply of that stuff. And I can pick it up and purchase it with my discount, which would get them more.
Okay, well, I'd say for Lent, we can ask people to make a small monetary contribution. And then when we see what we've accumulated, I can talk with you and we can decide proceed.
Okay, sounds good.
May I suggest that gets tabled to an outreach committee meeting at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, since we were talking
well,
about
the outreach
outreach and we're all here.
And
I'm not on the
outreach is
committee.
Debbie Kazbinski and me.
Also, a point of order, warden's report, I didn't see a write-up within the,
I didn't get one.
Oh,
I mean, I
got
think they
screwed
did
up.
one, but I didn't.
it wasn't
have it.
included. So just, at some point, send it out, I guess.
We'll include it.
Put it in the next vital signs.
All right. Carolyn, do you have anything you want to add about the vital signs? It's been a good job keeping it going.
Just about that. Just trying to pull it in every month, but I do have a question. United Thank Offering? When are we
Thank
gonna-
you for reminding me. We are going to collect the United Thank Offering boxes on Wednesday at the Ash Wednesday service. So
Okay,
if you're
okay.
coming to Ash Wednesday service, bring your UTO box. I forgot to mention this earlier. We'll collect it then. And otherwise, if you you can just drop it off sometime during the week, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and we will collect them in and put that money in the bank and send a check to the United Thank Offering.
Good, good.
Thank you for reminding me.
Unfortunately, we don't use cash that often, so there's not a lot of coins. I think I'm gonna have to stick a check in there.
If you do, make the check
We'll
to
take it.
St. Luke's.
Yeah.
Not United.
But
not
put UTO in the, you want me to
Yeah,
just, so
in
it
the
doesn't get
middle.
mixed up, just put UTO?
Yeah, that'll fine.
Okay.
All right. Sharon, Alter Guild hasn't been super busy this year. They have done a couple of important things. Is there anything you want to add?
Well, except for my faithful crew that came to help get the cobwebs out before we had our brief time of gathering. The Alder Guild has sort of gone quiet.
Well, there'll be plenty of work for you in the future. I know.
Yeah, we do have that beautiful hanging that Jane made, and it just is absolutely lovely. And also Gerald's cabinet. I can't wait to see them on Wednesday and figure out how I'm going to make use of that cabinet.
All right. I'm sure we can find plenty of things to stick in there. Cheryl and Ralph, Cheryl's our actual choir director, I guess. You had a lovely report. And is there anything you want to add and any opportunities for the choir to do another one of those videos anytime soon?
Yes, working on that. But my problem is that Ralph is the one who does the technical stuff. So choir, he is working on that, but he doesn't have a lot of spare time. But we will put together at least one more choir piece. And I expect more of you to participate. It's not that scary. So we're working on that. And I also wanted to say, it's good to have Rob back on Sundays.
Okay, good. Yeah, I have to say one of the high points of our online services has been the music. I think that's gone really, really well. So a lot of that is on you guys. And so I really appreciate it.
A point of order, I think we need to commend the Lorenzes, Neff Lorenzes, for being part of our community and the blessings that they give us in music.
You're here.
Yes, absolutely.
Today, I said we were so lucky they came to us and have been here for this pandemic, and we just enjoy playing the music is so beautiful. We love it every week. So
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's an honor to be part of the community.
Yeah, it has been wonderful. All right, I guess it's, are there any other reports? I don't think so. So I guess it's up to me. First of all, I do want to thank the vestry for their hard work this year in dealing with an unprecedented situation, and our staff, Sarah, who's responded admirably, I think, considering she was on the job for like 2 months before all this started. So she didn't get a chance to learn how we actually do things before we had to invent all new ways of doing things. So I do appreciate her response, and of course Cheryl and Rob, who've provided some music for us over this past year. I do appreciate all their work too. I don't know what to say about this year. It was the worst of times. It was the best of times. No, scratch that last part. It's been hard. It's been hard for me, and I know it's been hard for many of you as well. I miss seeing you on a regular basis in person.
Ditto.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad and lonely at the church, when we're there, and I'm hoping that that can turn around. As we had the bishop here last week, and she told us she's still not sure when we'll be back in, but I'm praying that we're back in by the end of Lent, at least on some level. I am looking forward to seeing many of you on Ash Wednesday, and so I hope you can come to the drive-through service. And if you don't feel comfortable getting ashes, I hope you can come to our parking lot. I think we've weathered the storm reasonably well under the circumstances. I think everybody is. I've been talking about you guys a lot in various clergy and diocesan gatherings. Your continued faithfulness, your commitment to being here for worship, for praying for each other, for praying for our community, of course, for your financial support. That makes kind of everything work. And it's been really, really remarkable. The persistence and perseverance of our community and the faithfulness that you've displayed has been inspiring to me when I really needed some inspiration. So I appreciate that very much. As I said, not every parish has responded as well as ours has. So I am thankful for that. When I first interviewed at St. Luke's, almost 4 years ago now, actually it was about 4 years ago I was interviewing. The minute I kind of stepped into the church, I kind of felt at home, and that this was a place that I would like to be, and that continues. So I feel like I made the right choice. And you definitely made the right choice. Well, especially was that what happened to the other candidate. But it's been a great relationship. I can't believe it's been 4 years. I still feel like the new priest, but it has been 4 years, and I hope there's many more years to go. I have since I have a 6-year-old, I have a lot of years till I can retire, and my intention is to spend most of them here at St. Luke's. If not all of them, if you'll have me, until I can leave in 2035. You can put my picture on the wall. So I don't really have. I mean, we haven't done a lot, and yet a lot has happened. I hit a couple of the highlights in the video there. I've been really impressed with our Bible study group. I've been really impressed with our Thursday prayer circle and their commitment to one another and praying for us. I've been. We did some work in the sacristy to make that just a teensy bit bigger and kind of open it up and brighten it up a little bit to make it a better workspace. When we've asked, people have responded, and for that, I'm really thankful. So I don't really have anything else to add. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what normal is going to look like. I don't really know anything at this point, which is really hard for me to not know. But I do know we will get together again. We will continue using the technologies that allow us to connect with people far away or who aren't able to get out. So this will continue in some manner, I think, in our life moving forward. Because there's just lots of people who are able to connect this way that aren't able to be there in person with us. And so I don't want to lose that.
Point of order, Tom?
Yeah.
I want to say how profoundly grateful I am for your spiritual leadership in this time of great difficulty. Your sermons always touch my heart, and I know that that's true for the congregation as well. And for you, I am very grateful, and for our leadership at St. Luke's, the vestry, the wardens. I feel so blessed to be part of this community.
Thank you.
As do I.
Oh, yes.
This is really an amazing parish, and that means it's full of amazing people, which is you. So you're the ones who are making it happen, and has been remarkable to watch. But I do appreciate those kind words. I don't really have anything else. This is the weirdest annual meeting I've ever been a part of. Maybe we'll always do it online. It makes it go a lot quicker. Although I do miss the lunch that we have had.
Yeah, what do I do with my dish to pass?
Yeah.
I do miss the potluck. So I'm gonna go downstairs and have some leftover pizza. I guess that'll do for the potluck for me. And finally get that cup of tea I've been trying to make for the last 2 hours. All right. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add for the benefit of the group?
I don't know what Martha's name is.
And Allison, is there anything we're forgetting to do?
I don't know. Let me check last year's minutes here. We just need a motion to adjourn, which is always the part everybody just jumps right up for.
All right. I need someone to motion to adjourn. I'll give that to Cindy Dundon. And a second. I'll give it to Jack Young. All right. You guys are the winners of the.
At 10:15.
All right.
Record.
You know what though, John? You have made annual meetings very short and sweet. You probably, I've never been to annual meetings that are as short as all the ones you've done thus far.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's a good thing.
It is.
It is. It is.
Absolutely. You get right
Yeah.
to the point and that's
Yeah,
it, you
you
know?
get down to business and that's it.
There is there's a parish in Chicago that I know that turns their annual meeting into a musical every year. Like all the reports are musical numbers.
Sure, that's fine.
So maybe we'll try that next year.
As long as I don't have to sing the budget,
Yeah,
that's
we're all
fine.
going to sing and dance our way through annual meetings. All right. I think we have the motion in a second. So all in favor of adjourning, raise your hands.
Aye.
All right. That looks like it's
Aye.
unanimous. I thank you all very, very much.
Bye, guys.
For your perseverance and patience.
Bye, everybody.
See you later. See you
Happy
Wednesday.
Valentine's Day. Much love to all.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Uh,
Bye now.